Hi there, this is Michelle Sizemore at michellesizemore.com. That's Michelle with one L. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this two-page layout using items from the Christmas Cheer collection. I used the 12-inch trimmer with the scallop blade and the straight blade. I used, these are the embellishments that I layered on top of each other from Christmas Cheer. This is green cardstock and red cardstock, and I used the holly punch. I also used this confetti punch to get my little holly berries. And this is a card from the matte pack that goes with Christmas Cheer. And this is ruled paper that I cut to fit. And this just comes in a pack of 10 sheets. And I love this ruled paper. All right, I'm going to set this aside and show you how to make, I'm just going to show you how to make this border right here for now. And we'll start with this ornament. And I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard. Okay, so this is how these ornaments come. It's a pack of bunch of different pieces, and I just picked out these two pieces for this border. Now I need to grab my scissors. I'm going to cut off the top of this blue part because I don't need that. And I just want to layer this white on top of the blue. That's how easy that is. And I'm just going to put some repositionable tape runner on the back here. And layer that just like that so that you don't see any blue poking out the sides, which I think that looks pretty good. And actually, I did cut this top off because I put some holly there to kind of cover that up a little bit. So that's the ornament. And now I'm going to take my holly punch and some green cardstock and just punch one. I'm going to punch two pieces of holly because I did change it up just a little bit. Okay, there's my two pieces of holly. And actually, I think that's fine the way it is. I may just use one of these, but I did two. And then I'm going to punch out a couple of these to get some berries to go on my holly. Now, this is a border maker cartridge, and usually I show this punching out a 12 by 12 border, but really I only need a couple of punches, so you can use this as a standalone punch. And I'm going to push this and gently push from the bottom with my thumb just to get that cartridge out of there, and then put this one in. This is the, I think it's called Confetti and Stars. I think that's what it's called. Now, and I'm going to grab some red cardstock. Actually, I don't have my red cardstock handy, but I'm just going to do it on this red paper. Put the paper in like this and just give it a punch. And I'll do a few just to get some red berries. Okay, now I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of these berries. So you can save this confetti to use on something else. So here's a little red berry. I'm going to turn it over. They're so tiny. Actually, what I'm going to do is put some tape runner here and stick the berries down on it. I'll do about 3 of them. They're really tiny. There's one. There's another one. And one more. There's 3. Oops. Move it over just a little bit. So I have 3 berries. I don't like how there's a little bit of white sticking out on this one. So I'm going to grab another one. I know that's being a little bit picky, but hey, I want it to be the way I want it to be. Okay, so there we go. So there's my holly and there's my ornament. And I just put the holly like this. Now I do want to show, since I put the tape runner on here, the repositionable tape runner, there's a little excess on there. I'm going to put my fingers on the berry so they won't move and just wipe off that excess. You can do that with this repositionable tape runner. You can hardly see it because it comes out in clear dots, but I don't want it to stick to my page protector when I put it on, so I'm going to wipe it off. That's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to just mount this on top of my ornament. Just move it around the way you like it. There's one piece that's longer, which is fine. That's the way Holly is. All right, so I think I'm pretty good with that, or maybe, I tell you what, I struggle with this really long piece. Well, I'm just gonna leave it. You could cut it off and then add a little smaller piece if it bothers you, but I'm just gonna leave it on there. So there's that. Or I can't get it exactly like I want it. That's why I messed with it, but you get the idea. Let's try this with the long piece down. Yeah, I'm gonna like this. And then we're gonna kind of tilt this to make it look like it's kind of hanging on the border. Okay, I'm done with that. That was messing with it too much. Okay, now we're gonna make this first, this candy cane border. I'm just gonna punch out one of those. And I used red paper from one of the packs of paper that goes with the Christmas cheer collection. I think this, yeah, I don't remember which pack of paper it's from. There's 3 packs of paper that go with that collection. Okay, I'm going to open up my border maker tray and put this paper in here, line it up with the lips of the tray all the way around, hold it in place and close this, and then pop this underneath in place. I've got the wrong cartridge in here, so I'm going to push this button and push it out, replace it with the candy cane cartridge, and put my paper in here and match up my notches and punch. Pull it out a little bit and punch. And I'm giving it a firm punch with the palm of my hand, and I'm leaning over on it to kind of put my weight on it to give it a little pressure. Okay, so there's that. I would encourage you to save these pieces because there are some things you can do with them, and I'll show you that on another video. And then I take my 12-inch trimmer, and I need a straight blade in here, which it is. And I'm going to put it back in and close the door. And then I want this border, the size of this solid piece on the edge, to be the same over here. So to get that look, I've messed with it enough to where I know how to do that. I use this right-hand side of my gray mat. That is my guideline. And what I want to do is put it right, put this paper, see, now you can see the gray all the way down. I want to put it just to where you can't see the gray. Okay? And then give it a straight cut. Okay? And then I'm very happy with that. So this trimmer is great. It has really good grid lines on it, but sometimes if you need a smaller piece, you can use different pieces of the mat strip, or there's a line kind of right here where it comes together. You can find different things on here that you can use as guidelines. Now I'm going to set this aside, and I mounted that on top of this paper. So if you can tell, it's white, but it has a little faint snowflake that's light blue, just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. So the first thing I'm going to do is mount a piece of this behind the candy cane border. I need it to be slightly less than 1 inch, and cut it with a straight trimmer. And I'm going to, let me make sure this is right. I want to make sure it is completely covered up. There we go. So here we go. I'm going to grab a cardboard. What I was trying to do is make sure that it was wide enough for all of those holes, the intricate pieces, for it to cover up the space underneath those slits. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, so now what I want to do is put some repositionable tape runner on the back. I want to hit all these little stripes down the middle, because that's the main part that's going to stick to my paper, and then put a little dab all the way down on each side. Okay, here we go. And now I'm going to mount this with the white side down on the back here of this, making sure it covers up all the openings, and it does. So there is that. And now I'm going to take this and cut 2 skinny strips with the scallop blade. Take this blade out by lifting this, pushing that with that lip up, and just take this out. Over here, I have all my blades, and I have duplicates of some, and then I'm just going to take this scallop blade, which is purple. I'm going to put this in logo facing to my right. Okay, and I want to cut a piece that's about 3/4 of an inch. So what I have is a piece that's solid on one side and scallop on the other. And I'm not going to worry about the fact that this is not solid, because it's going to be underneath. I'm just going to cut another piece that's about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then this part will be underneath, and this part will be sticking out, so it'll look right. Okay, set all that aside. Now all I do is flip this over, and on one vertical side, I'm going to put some repositionable tape runner in dabs all the way down on one vertical side first. Then I'm going to mount it on top of this so that a little bit of that scallop sticks out past the edge to give it a little border. And then I'll rub it to make it stick down, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. Little bit of tape runner all the way down that vertical side, and place this on top. I want about the same amount to show on each side. Okay, I'm really happy with that. And so now I have this part, and I just need to put this plaid underneath. You could measure exactly and get it just the right width, but for me, it's just easier just to cut 2 skinny strips, so I don't have to worry about the measurements. It's just easier. So I'm going to cut these at about a little over 1/2 inch. Oh, I'm going to get my straight blade. There we go. I had the wrong blade in there. So that's good. And it doesn't have to be exact, because half of it's going to be underneath the border and you won't see it anyway. So this just shows you they're both different, and it's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my border and do sort of the same thing I did with that scallop edge. And I'm just going to, on one side, on the back, one vertical side, put some little dabs of tape runner. You don't need to go all the way down. Just put it in little dabs so you don't waste. And then I want some of this plaid to stick out from underneath the white. I love how this plaid pack of paper, there's a pack of paper that's called accessory paper pack that's plaids that coordinates with this, and it brings in like a navy and a green, and those are really pretty for Christmas or just for winter. I love them. Okay, do the same thing on this side. Flip it over. Let about the same amount show on that side as we did on the other side. And boom. Now I'm going to mount that on this paper. This paper is from Christmas Cheer. It's this way on one side and this way on the other. I think it's a pretty background paper because it's subtle. Because I wouldn't want to put this on a real busy background paper, because this is busy enough. But if you can tell, it has like little, it's kind of a gray, and it has little white snowflakes that are very subtle. So I'm going to mount this here, and I'm going to want a little bit of the gray to show on the outside edge. So put some repositionable tape runner in dabs all the way, down, and mount this down. Make sure you can see that pretty well. And here we go, mount this down with just a little bit of the gray showing out the side, if you like that. And gently press it to make it stick. And then try to find my little ornament that I just made. Can't find it at the moment, so here it is, right here. So I'm gonna stick my little ornament right here. I know I keep messing with this. It bugs me that this one is so big. So honestly, what I would do, I punched out another one and I would cut off this big piece and add another little piece here and angle it a little. I liked it better, but I'm not gonna take the time to do that now. But I'm gonna put some tape runner on the back here. And I think I'm out of tape runner. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab another one. Sorry that took so long. I had to go in another room. I'm doing this at my daughter's house out of town, and so I'm not as organized as usual. Okay, so I'm gonna put some tape runner on the back here and on the back of that holly. And then I'm just gonna sort of angle this so that it looks kind of like an ornament kind of dangling down. And then tilt the holly so this looks like it's got some greenery with it. I need to add a little bit more tape runner to the back there. Okay, and so there I have my border, and that was pretty easy. And so I would just put my two pieces of paper back beside each other because I wanted a 2-page spread and for them to be like mirror images of each other. So I would make another border strip to put over here. So basically it would end up looking like this. I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is the finished project. Make sure you can see that all. And then this is just how I would position my photos and put them down with a little bit of repositionable tape runner at each corner and maybe one dab in the middle on the back. So 4x6 photos, all these are 4x6s except this is a 3x4. And then this is a 3x4 card from the Matte Pack that comes with Christmas Cheer. It comes as like a card with 2 pictures on it, so I just cut it in half and put it here. And then this is a piece of ruled paper that I cut to 4 inches by 6 inches, and I'll show you how to do that. Here's a scrap piece, and I know it's already 6 inches wide because I already measured it, so it's the right width this way. So I just want to flip it, measure it at the 4 right here, the 4-inch mark here. Make sure it follows that grid line all the way down. Close it and cut. And then I would set this aside because I could use it on another page. And then I would place this here with repositionable tape runner and write with a black Creative Memories pen. One side is fine tip and one side is bold tip. I would pick the fine tip side and do my journaling there. So that's it. That's how to make a quick and easy 2-page spread using the Christmas Cheer collection with the embellishments, the papers, and the photo mats. And I like how this turned out. I hope you guys like that, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching my video.